I would like to open up the Bert Show Book of Records to find out who found out that your new bride or new groom was messing around right after the wedding. Was it a day? Was it a week? Was it 3 weeks? Was it 6 weeks? Was it 6 months? 1-855-BERT-SHOW.
Can I kick it off?
You were cheating on Bert?
No.
Something to confess?
I won't say where I was working at the time. This was many, many, many moons ago in my early radio career. I was a promotions director at a station. One of the sales execs went and got married, and she found out on the honeymoon. And like everybody else pretty much knew that he wasn't faithful, but sure enough, she ended up finding out on their honeymoon that he had been cheating on her. And as soon as they got back, the whole thing was annulled.
You just jogged my memory. I've got one very similar.
Yeah?
Believe it or not, it was a guy that I used to play with on the Hooter softball team. It's amazing this happened to him. He was on his honeymoon also, and he went to play a round of golf for the day. And he comes home back to their suite, and she's linking up with another woman.
In the suite?
In the suite.
Huh.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, he was the kind of guy that wasn't really offended by it, was kind of excited by it. But she confessed to him that night that that's part of her lifestyle, and she had never told him about it before.
And until after they got married.
Until after they got married.
Because
right. That's something you should tell somebody before.
I think so. I think that's important information.
that goes on the list of things you disclosed before, for sure.
All right, so who can beat honeymoon here? Maybe it was the night of the wedding. God. 1-855-BERT-SHOW. I recently got married a few weeks ago, and it was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. Unfortunately, something's been bothering me even before the wedding, and I need your help with it. So here's the deal. I had and still have this nagging feeling that my now husband might be seeing someone else. It's not the kind of feeling you want to have before your big day, and honestly, it's been eating away at me. One big reason I don't want to call off the wedding, even though I had these suspicions, I didn't want to call off the wedding, was the embarrassment factor. My family had invested so much money and effort into the wedding preparations, and it felt like pulling the plug would have been a disaster for everyone involved. So I pushed through and decided that I'd address this issue after the wedding.
We have somebody on the line who can beat the honeymoon, by the way.
Okay. 2 paragraphs, and I'm going to get to Rosalind. Here we are in the after, and I can't ignore my gut feeling any longer. I need to find out if my husband is indeed seeing someone else, and if he is, I want to know who the other person might be. It's eating me up from the inside. Can you help me out? I'd also love some advice and opinions on what to do if he is cheating. Obviously, I'm not wanting to get divorced right after getting married. I just need some advice on how to get him to end whatever situation he's involved in and fix things with us so we have a happy, long marriage. Happy, long marriage. From Lee. Okay. So, Rosalind, good morning. You're on the Bert Show.
Good morning, guys. Love the show.
Thank you. Thanks for being part of it.
No problem. I have a story that can kind of top that. My sister-in-law, we found out she was being cheated on. Her husband-to-be was sleeping with somebody the night before the wedding. We walked in on them the morning of the wedding, and they still went through with it.
What? Was it the same type situation where she just felt so much pressure because everybody was already there, they had flown in, that kind of thing?
Probably. And then I think, too, the embarrassment. It's like, no, if I ignored it, it didn't really happen. They didn't last long, about 2 years, and they got divorced.
I'm shocked that it lasts 2 years.
I am too, to be honest.
Day of. Wow.
Thank you, but I'm sorry you called.
Yes.
You guys have a great day.
You
You
too.
too.
Thanks for being part of the show. All right, so we can test this guy tonight. This one's heartbreaking. These two, the two types of to catch a cheaters that I hate are the new marriages and the ones where they just had a kid.
Or if she's currently pregnant.
Or she's currently pregnant. That's a third one also. So we'll do that tonight. All right, Kristen has an idea. And wow, is she excited about it? And I am polar opposite on this one.
Do we even remember how this came up? Because I'm drawing a blank.
You are getting all hyper in the 9 o'clock hour. You just threw this one out.
Bart must have accidentally gave me caffeine that day.
We were talking about cooking, and then I said that I love to bake, and then some kind of lightning bolt hit you, and you were like, we should do the Great British Bake Off.
Yes. So
right.
I watch a show on Netflix. It's called The Great British Baking Show, but over in the UK, it's called The Great British Bake Off. And it's just, I've been watching this thing for years, and it's such a feel good, and it warms you up from the inside out.
Kristen is so passionate about this show that I have no interest in even eating most of the time. That she's so passionate, I thought, you know what? I see this thing on, is it Netflix?
Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to give it a try just to see what the hype is about. I couldn't get through 4 minutes of it. It was so bad.
No, it's not
So boring.
It's precious. It is precious.
At least you tried.
Because American culinary shows are so cutthroat and they can be like really nasty. And this is like they're helping each other out, helping each other finish their signatures or their showstoppers.
I could watch me some Gordon Ramsay, man.
no.
Chew somebody's ass.
Absolutely not. And then when Paul Hollywood gives you the coveted handshake.
Not the handshake.
Yes, the coveted handshake. It's amazing. So I decide, because the new season has come out, and every week we get a new episode. They come out on Fridays of the Great British Baking Show. So I want to do the Great Bert Show Bake Off. Oh, that is not it. Oh, there it comes. Here it comes.
This is the extended version.
I think it is.
Is the remix?
I think it is.
Man,
Yeah, this is the extended version.
good
for
luck
sure.
trying to stay in your seat right now.
I know. All right, so what we're going to do is we need a Paul Hollywood. That is going to be Maurice Mitchell.
All right.
This is such BS. I was actually getting pissed about this a couple of days ago.
Listen.
This is such BS.
I know it's BS. He is being rewarded for being a cheater. It's not fair, whatever.
I was in my kitchen thinking of this bit, and I was actually getting mad that Mo has a history of cheating on any one of these baking or cooking competitions we have. So Kristen has given him a break so he can be the judge after cheating so long.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's messed up.
That's how it's going.
Welcome to America.
Yeah.
This is not the Great British Baking Show. This is the Great Bert Show Bake Off.
At least I was honest about my cheating. It's honest cheating.
All right, and then our lovely Prue is going to be our social media producer, Rebecca. Hello.
Did you just call her a bad name or something?
What?
What is a Prue?
Prue's the other judge on the show. You have Paul and you have Prue.
Like Prudence.
I didn't know.
Paul and Prue.
Okay.
Those are the judges on the show. They know their stuff. Paul is very proficient in baking as far as bread goes. He's like the bread master.
I am.
And Prue's all about the sweets, and she won't eat it unless it's worth the calories. All right, so here we go. It's up to, we're going to pretend like we're doing what? We're going to pretend like we're doing the technical. I'm going to bring the Great Gingham Altar in here.
The what?
The
that?
Great Gingham Altar
What is
in here. I'm bringing a red and white checkered tablecloth in here because they all, after they do the technical, put their baked good on the gingham altar. The judges don't know who baked what, and then they taste test them and they rank them from worst to best. And we're going to find out who is the best baker on the Bert Show.
Okay.
All right. But here's the thing. Paul and Prue every week decide what the recipe is going to be. So for the Bert Show's technical, what will we all be making? We're all making the same thing, and we're going to determine who is the best baker.
Okay, I have a really dumb question.
Yes.
So what exactly is the difference between baking and doing the other stuff?
Cooking.
Yeah. What's baking? What's baking and what's cooking?
So baking involves very distinct measurements. Like if you don't get the right amount of flour, if you don't get the right amount of baking powder or baking soda, the whole thing can be completely ruined. With cooking, you can be more liberal with your ingredients, right? And baking, as far as it's typically for desserts, and it's like breads, cookies, cakes that consist of baking.
Okay, what category does making spaghetti come in?
That's cooking.
Okay.
That's not baking.
Are you putting it in the oven?
Yes.
Has to go in the oven.
Baked spaghetti.
Yeah. Never heard anybody say that.
Lasagna?
That's
Yeah.
cooking.
Oh, wait, oh, really?
Yeah. Why you put it in an oven?
I was
Now I'm
simplifying
confused. I'm with you. Wait.
Cassie was doing a very general, you put it in the oven. That's not, everything you put in the oven doesn't constitute baking.
Here,
Like you make a pie, that's baking. You make a cake, that's baking. Cookies, baking. lasagna, cooking.
Got it.
Going back to what Kristen said, if you get one measurement wrong, will the entire dish fail? Then it's baking. If it's fine if you put a little extra basil or a pasta sauce and it won't ruin the entire dish, that's cooking.
Okay.
All right. So
I'll Google it. Go ahead.
Paul and Prue, you guys have convened in your British accents. Please tell us what we will be baking.
Go ahead, Rebecca, take it away.
Did you tell them that we were going to be doing this morning?
Not in the British accent. She got that.
Most like, actually, can I cook, please? I don't want to do the accent.
So we had to do some quick rearrangements to the schedule because of people being out this week. And so we're doing it right now.
Okay.
So, I am a big fan of Great British Baking Show.
Yay!
So, I went through the annals of the technical challenges.
Yes.
And I found Dampf Noodle.
Dampf noodle?
Dampf Noodle.
Somebody put
is what we'll be baking.
a Dampf noodle in their anal?
Okay, hold on. Time out.
Don't be silly.
Hold on. I love you both. You're getting out of this because you're a cheater. I know what the Dampf noodle is. We need something that's going to hold up well that we can bring into the show and eat. That needs to be eaten warm.
Sounds like Kristen can't cook.
No, that is a very, very complicated recipe. I'm here to let you know right now. I know that episode. I was hoping you guys could choose something that we can bake and bring in, and it would be easy to eat, and it's not reliant on being warm to eat.
Something in English, like cake. Okay, 5 letters or less is what you get.
Dampf noodle?
A Dampf Noodle. It's a German dumpling.
Yep.
I really thought it would be simple enough. I was trying to go through and see the recipes.
Simple. You're a Dampf noodle for bringing that to the table.
I don't even know what baking is. So it can't be.
It's just a steamed German sweet dumpling. It's like sweet bread.
Oh, that's
Served with luscious vanilla custard.
Yeah.
pretty cocky for the guy that's not participating.
It's a very, very complicated recipe.
Simple stuff.
Do we want to reconvene in a couple of minutes to figure out what we're going to be baking?
Wait, is it a sweetbread or a dumpling? Because sweetbreads are like the pancreas of a deer or something.
Actually, it's the testes.
I'm just telling you what Caroline's cooking told me, Karen.
Oh, shut up, Caroline.
Hey, well constructed, Kristen. Well done.
You got to cook it in sauce, and a film has to like form on the outside of this thing like that. You literally picked the hardest technical they ever did on the Great British Baking Show.
We can bring in some hot plates.
I just thought the name was really funny.
No, it's hilarious. We're not making that.
That was such a great name. That's all I contributed.
On the British Baking Show, has there been an episode where the contestants tell the judges, nah, we're not going to do that?
You can't tell Paul no.
We're not doing that.
Okay, so you want to reconvene in a couple of minutes and come up with exactly what we're supposed to be
Kristen
baking?
is so irritated.
I know she is.
How about toast?
That's cooking.
The Bert Show.